Hey guys, thanks for being here. In this video I'm going to talk about resonance and politics, which sounds completely incompatible. Resonance, politics. But we're in an election year in the United States of America, and we've got Charlie Rose, Bono, everybody's got a point of view, which is awesome, right? But for now, while my son throws things at me, I'm going to go ahead and talk about, while at the same time all of the world is waking up to this peaceful resonance of love, how do you integrate, incorporate, or understand love in a political arena? Well, there's lots of ways to do it, and one of them that will work really easily for the human mind, no matter what happens, no matter who gets elected, and no matter what unfolds for now, is to wrap your mind around you as an individual in this unfolding, right? So, the United States of America, what a great statement. United, which would mean together, states of being of America, which is a country. So we have this joining of intention and belief and strength and understanding, and I'm gonna totally get it wrong. It is, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under God, one nation under God, for which it stands. And then on the back of the dollar bills you have, "In God we trust." So there's a trust factor of an open eye, like being aware of what you're doing. At the same time, we also have all these other stipulations of like the checks and balances. But what's really beautiful is to look at the Constitution, which I've got to laugh. The Constitution, which would mean if you're an individual, your constitution, your physical, experiential constitution, right? And it has to do with all men and women, beings, are created equal to the Creator, because there's nothing else to create from but God. I mean, think about that. It's just so blatantly obvious. Like, if God woke up and said, I'm going to create something, then what would it create from but itself, right? With equal, with liberty, freedom, and justice, which means what you put out is what you get back. So there's the law of attraction piece for all. Now, we also have some biblical pieces in here, which are such, for me, an annoying piece to throw in, because I love the church. I love the church. It has so much beauty and intelligence and gifting to give. But at the same time, it's risky because we have this separation of church and state. And so we're just going to throw out the history of everything you ever learned, and we're just going to look at something very interesting. We're going to look at physics. What? Physics? Yeah, we're going to look at physics. So let's look at the physics of Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, all these people. There's only one moment in time with different points. You watch my other videos, there's just different points of view. So you're an observer being carried in a body, obviously, right? In an experiential reality. So, for example, and I'm so gonna, I don't want to, but I got to throw it at Bono because he can take a hit. You're having your own experience of reality, and you're molding that clay, as he always says. The reality is just waiting for you to mold it. I'll get that quote better later. So we're all interacting in this field, in this soup of energy, right? And we all want to feel good. We all want to have fun. We all want to know love, and we all want to understand how to operate at a higher level of that. So we've got the entire body of work of Hay House and Abraham Hicks and Bashar and lots and lots and lots of people, entities, Richard Bach, and all of the music catalog, pointing back to one simple thing. There's a love thing going on here, right? Now, how does that work into politics? What could that possibly mean? What would it look like? How do I take the pieces of a political structure and put them in my mind and look at them and make it joyful and funny and fun and potentially explosively beautiful? Well, I got that for you. If there's one moment in time, this moment, right? And you're just kind of in there, but you want to do something. You want to observe. You want to know what you're doing. You want to see. So you got a sun. What's the sun? The sun is light that you take into your eyeballs. You can go to medical history, like if the eyeballs receive light, and blah, blah, blah. So you've got this ability to be reflected to, right? And the funny thing about America is we put, I'm so not going to draw this well, an eagle up here. This beautiful bird. This beautiful bird of what? Freedom. Right? So you can jump to, if you're Christian, the book of Revelation. And anyone who is not Christian, we've got to stop these religious wars, because if it's only being created from God, then every book and interpretation is an attempt to explain back to anyone on earth how things roll. So for now, this video is about America, so get off your high horse on everything else. We can do Taoism and everybody else later, but for now we're going to do America. So you've got this book of Revelation that talks about a woman who was carried away by an eagle, right? Well, whatever. And go to the eagle. This bird with these beautiful wings takes her away for a time and a half time and a half time and a half time. The beauty of that statement is, like, there's time, right? There's a continuation. There's moment to moment to moment to moment. There's an experiential kind of thing. But forget about that part for a second and look at the beauty of this. If this is one moment in time and a sun that allows, through its brilliance, you to be able to observe, and you add the flag, there's a similarity of the flag. I'm not going to draw 50 stars, I'm just going to draw some stars, which would be stars, sun, star, sun, star, sun. But this star can now see these stars, so you're observing, and then we look at the stripes, which happen to be red and white, and you jump back to the Bible of blood and water. When Jesus is stabbed, he bleeds blood and water. Well, this is not a religious explanation of what that story, his lifetime, explains. It's an attempt to show you that blood and water, that physical human body, is also the reflection. So if you were standing in front of a stream and you stood in front of the stream and your body looks in the water, you would see yourself, right? How would you see yourself? You would see yourself because the sun is up there beaming back to you, a reflection of you, right? Got it? When? When? Now. We'll put it nice, beautiful now. Because you're going to get to see what's happening in the moment, right? So you start to see when Bono says crazy ass things, and God love him for being a crazy ass, like America is an idea. It is an idea. It's a great idea of anchoring in every given moment in time the beauty of reflectivity, of freedom. Now, people want to think, are there wars? Should we have power over other people? Should we control? Well, sure. People desire power over others, but at the same time, behind the scenes, this happened before you even knew it happened. Before you understood the beauty of this eagle on top of the sun, trying to show you over and over and over again that the reflective power of your moment on earth is so beautiful. So we take a step back and we say, hot damn, right? Or hot tamale, or holy shit, or whatever you want to call it. There's an effort of unity, an effort of liberty, an effort of respect, an effort toward understanding. And if you don't understand what understanding means, if this is all happening, then what's supporting it? What's supporting it? That's understanding. When you're understood, you're supported in your belief, and it's reflected back to you. And that understanding is a solid foundation. They call it the rock. The rock that builders rejected has become the cornerstone. I don't want to get that deep because we don't want to get into duality, which is argument. But the rock the builders of this world rejected was the earth itself. I mean, it was perfect when you got here, and then we all like cut down trees and we make houses out, which is fine. But you got to understand that the beauty of God is that it allows you to walk into a perfect environment, and you can build stick huts, totally cool. Pyramids, totally cool. It's malleable. It's moldable. It allows all of us to experience whatever reality we want. So if you're living in a beautiful penthouse or a mansion or whatever, those stones and bricks and mortar made that. So the stone the builders rejected, in a sense, is the earth itself. It's already perfect, and she's so perfect and so forgiving and so loving and so fecund, my favorite word, but so wanting you to say to yourself, oh my gosh, this place is immaculately beautiful. And on top of that, allows us to mold it into our reality. It's an election year. There's a lot of emotions going on. Throw out the emotions for a moment, if you would be so kind, and get into your neutral brain and say, I get it. I get it. I get what God or the universe or all that is, and everything on this planet has been trying to communicate to me that, like, aren't I blessed that I get to see what I'm doing in any now moment in time. Really wish I had a better marker. Oh, I do. In any now moment in time, I can stand in this moment and recognize, recollect myself and observe what America was on a higher level communicating. So we've got the 3D level, which is like what you see. And you've got the 4D level, which is kind of what you feel. And then you've got the 5D level, which is the whole universe and all the stars. Because remember, the sun is a star. And it, in being part of all that is, must have consciousness. I mean, it's conscious enough to give you a flower when you need a flower, right? That flower just shows up quite perfect. You didn't do anything to earn it. Bono says to pretty girls, be humble. Yeah, be humble. Just be glad, right? So it just is. So you start to see how America really is an idea. You don't really want to fight over ownership of that idea. Better said, it might be in all of our best interests to just recognize it and understand that while this star is beaming all the love and this eagle of freedom is flying the truth, moving through time and space, you can rest assured that there are other consciousnesses, because we have astronomy that observes stars, that are quite aware of what's happening at any given moment in time, and whether or not it's aligning with the perfect love. And Jesus says a beautiful thing. Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't understand all of this, and we were quite afraid of it. But we keep excavating and archaeologicalizing. I made that up. But we keep wanting the answers, which is totally normal because in your being, those answers exist, which is why you reach, which is why you look. And so you listen to the songs, and then you start to realize the songs are made of the same substance as the earth and the sun and the flower and you. And you see the oneness in it all, and you kind of want to honor it. So no matter what happens in this election year, I'm personally not really attached to it. I'm doing some other stuff. I'm making videos. I'm working with my clients and blah, 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 blah. But there's no worry in the sense that there's definitely something going on behind the scenes that even I, as far as I reach, I won't touch it because it's got it. It's got it. And we can appreciate it and thank it, but at the same time, work within it and honor it and nurture it, and at a higher level or lower level or a 3D level, be glad that we get to understand it or comprehend it and integrate it and say, wow, this is a lot of good information of that love that I feel or anybody feels, and how can I make it more clear? How can I refine it just a little bit more? And that's fun. Just like observing it is amazing. And you can thank the sun that you can observe it at all. And Stevie Wonder, shout out, you can feel it. You can feel it. All right, this is Christina from I Am They Am Publishing. Thank you, Charlie Rose, for hosting Bono. Thank you, Bono, for being Bono. And thank you, everyone who knows I'm thanking you for helping me find words and illustrations to put it out there. All right, we'll see you next time. Ciao.